minutes left, and we will begin. evening, everybody, and welcome to the Picnic Table Chat Show. This is episode 19 of season 3, and I've just noticed that the camera is slightly unplugged, so I'm just going to plug that in. I'll be 30 seconds. There we go, that's better. We don't want things turning off on us whilst we're live on stream. So I just want to say a massive welcome to all of our viewers on Twitch, Facebook and YouTube. Good evening here from the UK and welcome to an episode of the chat show. Tonight we haven't got an awesome guest like I would normally get for you. You've just got me. So I've been sent loads of questions over however many years, so I've just pulled up a few of the easy questions to answer. You're more than welcome to ask away anything you want. Watching from India, that is amazing. Welcome and thank you for signing in. That's really cool. A viewer from Facebook there. Yeah, you're more than welcome to ask me pretty much anything. I will answer to the best of my ability, as I always do. I'm just going to say for all our first-time viewers, at the moment we're watching Asian bullet ants taking on a dubia roach there just to the side to me. We always like to do a little pre-show feeding, and to be honest, it's so awesome. I'm just going to leave it on and leave my face little in a corner. Let's hope that nothing goes wrong and it's all nice and clear for you. Occasionally we get a bit of blur here because I live on a tiny little island just off of the UK. And wow, a cat just came into my garden. It's not often you get cats in my garden, but there's a cat. And it's like doing something, I don't know what, doing something that cats do. But anyways, let's crack on with the show and answer some of these questions for you. So the first question I've got is, when did you start ant keeping and why? Now, I always get, can I win prizes? Yes. I will quickly answer this question. You can. That's not a problem. I don't think we have anything going tonight prize-wise. We quite often, I'll explain for all the viewers, we have duck races all the time, but not always for prizes, quite often just for fun. But I will let you know if there's prizes coming up, and definitely if you win, you will get the prize no matter where you are in the world, unless I specify otherwise during the competition. But anyway, so when did I start ant keeping and why? I always ask this question whenever I do an interview. It's one of those standard questions you want to know. So with me, I started actually ant keeping when I was 18. I'm 31 this year. So what's that, like nearly 13 years I've been ant keeping? Now, I started with just Lasius niger, one colony, and I just kept it going like that for years and years and years. And then, 2-3 years ago, I just thought, well, it's time to ramp this up a bit. And I had 37 colonies at one point. Now, no problem, buddy. 37 colonies took up a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of food. So I've dwindled it down a little bit. I've sold off some of my larger colonies. Some of my colonies have died out, unfortunately. So I'm down to around 20 now. My scorpion, mantis, and everything else, So that's how long I've been doing it, really. 13 years I've been keeping them, but 2 or 3 I've been going all out with exotics and really getting the experience that I didn't get over those last 10 years. Would it be viable to keep a praying mantis inside of an ant setup? I will answer that in 2 seconds, Mark. That's a brilliant question. So why did I start ant keeping? I've always wanted ants, and when I was little, living at home with my mum, always wanted to get into ant keeping, but they were like, no, you can't have ants. Basically, you're not having ants in the house. So it took until I was 18, living on my own, literally got my first flat. One of the first things I did was buy an ant farm. I was waiting, I was desperately waiting. And yeah, I've just always had an interest. Watching them dig was the first thing I wanted to do. Watching them dig and feeding them. But I think everyone's really into that bit. But I think it's just developed because I really love the communal aspects of them, just everything. Yeah, brilliant. Right, so I'm going to answer this question here from Mark. Would it be viable to keep a praying mantis inside of an ant setup? Definitely not, buddy. Well, it's debatable. If you get a small one, the ants will devour it. If you get a large one, it will act as population control for a little while, but depending on your ant species, they'll devour it. If you put a praying mantis in with my Polyrhacus dives, they devour it within minutes. It's just not, they're not compatible really. They're two alpha predators, and ants would come up on top because of sheer numbers. You know what I mean? But yeah, I have known people to use, because you can get some praying mantis which are communal, and I do know that people have used them as population control, putting like 2 or 3 in, but they don't last long. They do get taken out by the ants eventually, but they act as population control until then. But I don't know timescales, and it's not something I would do, like putting one life in. You know what I mean? If I was going to get something like population control, I would look at something like a toad. There are several toads which eat ants specifically, so get something like a big toad, and it could just pick them off here and there. That's a good population control, but I don't think praying mantis really work. The thing about praying mantis as well with ants, if they get onto certain bits of their body and start chopping, it doesn't take much to like decapitate them. Not a lot at all. And I think that's one of the key ways that ants have tackled praying mantis in the past. Anyways, next question. If you've got any more questions for me, specific, can't say that word specifically, just ask. Keep those questions coming. Brilliant. So what is my favorite nest is something I've been asked. Like, who do I like to bind my ant nests off? Where do I like to go from? And my honest answer every time is I'd rather build like a bioactive setup. I do use lots of nests. I buy from a whole range of people, trusted people. You can find a list on the Ants on the Rock website of my trusted sellers. But I personally, I love bioactive setups. Like I've been doing bioactive setups for years. I think they're more natural, they're easier to manage and maintain. Once you get it right, once you kind of get that environment set and all those conditions right, then it's really easy. All you do is chucking in food. So much easier than say like the artificial setups that I've got like Mesobarbarus in, which make a hell of a mess, and you've got to get in there and clean it up. It's effort. It's lots of effort. Whereas the big tanky beside of me, yeah, so much easier than having to get in there and clean. They've got cleanup crews. It biodegrades, and yeah, doesn't smell at all as well. I will say, because I've been asked several times, do they smell? I'll answer that question in a second. Thank you, Mark. I've been asked before, do the tanks smell? And I will say they only smell if something's going wrong, right? If they're going fausty, if they're going moldy, stagnant water, something going wrong, that's when they start to smell. Until that, they don't smell at all. If anything, we get a slightly sweet kind of strawberry smell, or not strawberry, blackberry smell, like well, I don't know why that audio's gone. That whole camera system just failed on me. So I'll just talk for 2 seconds whilst I'm sorting it out. It won't take long. I do apologise to everybody, and I will answer your questions the minute I get back. The very second I get back. Right. What is going on? Right, well, oh, hang on. There we go. I think, right. We got sound back at least. I've lost the camera. I have no idea why the camera's like, no, it's not on tonight. We're not having it. But you got my voice. So that's the start. Right, let's answer some of your questions. Again, I really do apologize for that bit of technical difficulty. I don't know. It's because of all these thunderstorms. Literally, I've got red alerts and yellow alerts flashing up on my computer right now, saying it's gonna chuck it down and your island is gonna wobble. Anyways, let's answer a couple of these questions. So, Mark, here we go. And I'm gonna have a cough. Hang on. Excuse me. I apologize. If a big wasp flew into your house, would you consider popping it into one of your setups to see what happens? Probably not a big wasp, strictly for the fact that, one, they're kind of irrelevant to my setups, if you know what I mean. Like, they're not going to do any good being in there. It's not going to benefit the setup, the environment, or anything else. But they're not that sort of insect. They like to be free, and you know what I mean. Whereas a beetle has a much smaller kind of territorial area. So if a beetle wanders in, I might consider it. You know what I mean? There has been last year during the summer, well, obviously we have windows open, we have the doors open. I noticed there was woodlice, not woodlice. Sorry, that's because I saw something. I noticed there was ladybugs in there. There were snails and a slug. And spiders have also made their way in there over the time. In fact, there's a big spider which lives at the top of this bullet ant tank that you're watching right now. Yeah, it kind of just hangs out there, waits for the occasional ant, has its meal. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I wouldn't put a wasp in, but depending on the setup, like I did have a native environment set up at one point, and that was strictly because then I could put stuff in just to see what was going to happen. That went on for a little while. Again, I would look at putting things in, but I wouldn't want to upset the balance of the nature that's in there already. In my bioactive setups, I kind of like to match the animals to their environment, so they all they know what they're going to find, if you know what I mean. You're not going to have a British ladybug come up against a Asian bullet ant, you know what I mean. I like to kind of match it the best that I can. I think that's fair, you know. Right, moving on to the next question. A brilliant question. Best live plants for a small humid tank. Now, it all depends again on a lot of things, like heat as well. If it's humid, doesn't necessarily mean it is hot, but it does quite often. I find the best thing for them are ferns. Now, ferns are so hardy. If you send me a message on Facebook or Discord or Instagram, or send me a message somewhere, then I will give you a list of the sort of plants that I use in my bioactive setups. But I find ferns are really hardy. They grow really fast, really far, spread out. They kind of fill in the spaces and they just look cool. So I always kind of say ferns. But that's just my personal preference. But I can send you a link, a list. Not an issue, you know what I mean. Next question. How are my bio setups heated? It range of things, right? So I always have big heat pads on the side or on the back. So the bullet ant tank that you're looking at now has two, one right at the back, pretty much behind the log, just to the left-hand side there, and then one on the far right-hand corner. Now, my big tank is heated in several ways. It's got the heat mats at the back, two of them at the back, going about 2.5 foot of the 4 foot is heated, maybe 2 foot. And then the lights above actually give off a lot of the heat as well. So during the day, it warms it up even more. And then at nighttime, when the lights are off, it cools it down. So it kind of acts as that day and night cycle as well as with the lights. Obviously, I use red light as well past 11 o'clock. Everything, is it 11 o'clock or is it 10 o'clock? I can't remember, but everything will go red in here at some point. You'll see, because all the lights will turn off and everything will go red, basically. And that's because most ants aren't disturbed by red light. So, yeah, I can still view them and they think they're in the dark. But yeah, the lights give off a lot of the daytime heat that they need. But the nesting areas are generally heated by the heat pads. Do I have any personal experience? I can't pronounce it. With thinking of getting a queen, but the limited information is generally based on Polyrhacus dives. Yeah, to be honest, I don't. All my information would be on Polyrhacus dives as well, I'm afraid. I'd be more than happy to, again, if you want to send me a message on any of my social medias, I'd be more than happy to try and work with you and find some information. I know quite a lot of people which would probably have some information, more than likely have information that would be helpful to you. The main thing that we would be looking at is what's the difference between them. Are they along the same lines? You know what I mean. And that, but yeah, I know a few people, so feel free to give me a message. I'll get you in contact with anyone that I know can help. And I'll do my best to help you with them. But yeah, definitely give it a go. You know, most ants, I say, are generally, if you work out the kind of genus that they come from, they're not far off each other. Some have quite a big variation, but you know what I mean. They have that standardized thing as such. Not all of them, not always. Don't quote me on that. My God. Wouldn't the ants just eat the wasp if one used to fly in? Yeah, okay. To be fair, the ants probably would eat the wasp. It probably wouldn't be an issue. But again, it's just not something I want to do. Like, I don't know. I just can't. I like to give them the feeders that I've got specifically to feed them, if you know what I mean. I don't really like the idea of giving them random insects and animals. I don't know. That might just be the vegan talking in me. I don't know. How many of your species would eat live maggots if offered? Probably quite a few, right? So the sorts of ants that I have been left with, I've got a couple of like Lasius and things, but I've got my Asian bullet ants, I've got my Polyrhacus dives, I've got Formica, Mesobarbarus wood, possibly even my Lasius nigers, because there's quite a lot of them. Camponotus probably would. My acorn ants wouldn't. Acorn ants definitely wouldn't, but I expect the most of them would take on a live maggot. I'm not 100%. I never feed live apart from my Asian bullet ants. Now, the Asian bullet ants, they will take dead food, but they go nuts for something that's alive and wiggling. They're really aggressive. They're like what I call dinosaur ants, prehistoric, you know, really sort of barbaric in their sort of the way that they live. And when they come across something like this roach was kicking up a fuss and kicking its legs in every direction, they love the hunt. There's loads of them, as you can see. Like, it went from one ant, if you go back in the footage, one ant to all the ants, or not all the ants, but loads of ants just there. You know, they love the hunt. Whereas some ants, they're not too bothered. They'd rather scavenge. Some ants, it's a bit dangerous to feed them live prey because they can get harmed as well. But what I do is, even though this was alive, I had already stabbed it in the back of its neck. So it was pretty much paralyzed, pretty much on its way out already. But they gave up enough of the fight for the hunting to begin, basically the tearing it to pieces. Just reading through more of your comments. Finding my phone. Welcome, Katrina. Thank you for popping in. Mark, all of yours love maggots. Yeah, maggots are brilliant. You know, maggots, waxworms, anything like that. I'm just gonna, diet cat. Yeah, nice. I'm just gonna cough, so I'll go on mute 1 second. Now, another question I quite often get asked is, how often do I feed my ants? It varies. It really does vary, depending on the size of the colony, but it tends to only be twice a week, 3 times a week at most. Now, after that, I start to increase the quantity that I feed them rather than the amount of time, the frequency. There we go. I just find it tends to work a bit better with my schedules as well, because I've got a lot going on myself, as you know. Were you aware that the poison in poison arrow frogs is created by them eating a specific type of ant? I didn't know that. Did I know that? No, I knew that there's other things which do that, which eat poisonous things to become poisonous themselves. Yeah, that's not surprising, but really interesting. I'd love to know what type of ant that they eat. We should probably look that up. I'm going to write that down, and we might get around to looking it up later. In fact, I'm just going to put a star next to it, and then it will be there until the end. You know, it will be there. So yeah, I tend to feed only a couple of times a week. I like to give them the space between feeds. Now, when they get into larger colonies, I always provide carbohydrates every single day. There's carbohydrates in their towers. When they're smaller colonies, I give like carbohydrates twice a week, protein once a week. When they're larger colonies, again, I do protein probably 2, maybe 3 times a week if they really require it. But I like to give them time to finish their meal, kind of empty their bellies, and then be looking for the next meal. I'm not going to over rush their growth, because I just don't want it to get too much too fast. Let it kind of grow naturally. You know, they wouldn't have food every day. Most ant colonies, especially on smaller scales, they wouldn't hunt down food every day. So yeah, I just kind of do it like that. I mean, everyone kind of does it differently, but that's what I do. And if you're talking to me, that's what I'd tell you to do as well. Next question. My favorite species of ant. Now, believe it or not, I can't. Oh, thank you. I will send screenshot of info. Yeah, I'll have a look at that in a second if I can, Katrina. I'll have a go. What was I just saying? My favorite species of ant. Obviously, I can't pronounce it, can I? Because I can't pronounce any of the Latin names. Or I can, but not very well, and not very many. Just because I'm afraid I don't talk Latin. I don't speak Latin. But I realised I can be quiet in almost every language, just not English. Haha. Can you use fish flakes to feed them? Yes, you can, Mark. Yes, you can. Isopods will smash in fish flakes, but so will ants as well. Right. Just reading something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. There we go. I'm just telling someone to come and join the show. There we go. Right. Told him the frog stuff, Tom, for after the show. Thank you very much, Katrina. I will have another proper look in a minute. Not right now, because that got really hard and distracting. Excuse my cough. I apologize again. Oh dear. My dream pet. What a question to ask an ant keeper. My dream pet. Can anyone guess my dream pet? It's not my favourite species of ant, although I would like to have it. My dream pet. I'll give you just 30 seconds in the chat to see if you want to guess. My dream pet. It's not a cat and it's not an ostrich. It's quite a random one, actually. It's not. Right, Mark. I actually really want a chameleon. Charmeleon. Yes, I would love one of them, but that's not my dream pet. Good evening, Steve. Thanks for signing in, buddy. Welcome. We're just trying to guess my dream pet at the moment. I haven't announced it yet. So far, we've had ostrich, cat, and chameleon. I know, but I'm so used to saying Charmeleon and Charizard that you know how it is, being a 90s kid and whatnot. My dream pet would have to be any pet that I own already, because they got a brilliant life. I don't know. I'm not that bothered. I've got lots of stuff. That's the one. Thank you, Katrina. I'm going to put that up. That is my favorite species of ant. I mean, I'd love to get more ants. I'd love to get this. I'd love to get that. But really, I'm quite happy with all the pets I've got. My scorpion might have passed away. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, my scorpion might have passed away, which is a massive shame, and I probably will replace him. But apart from that, and apart from the tarantula, you know, I suppose my dream pet would actually be the Goliath bird-eating tarantula, but I know that's not going to happen because of the wife. I am working on it. In fact, I did mention in the last stream, right? So anyone that didn't listen, so I found a tiny little house spider, and I popped it inside of a pot. And I was like, look, in fact, she was there. She was there. She's like, oh, it's really cute and whatnot. So I was there, like, I got a spider. There we go. So the next stage is getting a jumping spider and being like, oh, look at this spider. And she'll be like, oh, it's really cute. And then we'll get a tarantula. And we'll see what she says. What ants are we watching now, Steve? Yeah, these are the Asian bullet ants, the diacama, tearing into a dubia roach. Steve, did you want to tell anyone about what we have talked about? But whatever. So there must be something on your lottery wish list. Yeah, Dan, it's going to have to be a tarantula. Like, I know realistically it's probably never going to happen because I respect the wife too much to push it too far. But I would like a tarantula. But again, I'm only half if and I'm in about that because I don't know how I'd react. I've never had a tarantula. I've never held a tarantula. You know what I mean? I don't know how I'd react. I don't know. I'm just going. Me too. I have Austria. Would your ants eat white sugar? Yeah, Mark. Right. So I tested this theory with bicolor. What was it? Milano plus bicolor. That's it. And they do eat normal sugar. I saw it on. I can't remember. I saw it on a program that they were fighting over sugar cubes, basically. So I tested it, and they do. And I noticed that my Lasius niger that coming from the garden, hey Ted, hey 8 legs, the Lasius niger that coming from the garden as well, they go for the sugar that's like on the side where we make our hot drinks, you know, when you spill a little bit of sugar. So yeah, so big thing whilst yeah, brilliant. There we go. Katrina, you would probably know about the site, but Steve, right? So Steve Jones there in the chat has a massive, awesome colony of Mesibarbarus redheads, and he's going to be bringing it to the exhibition. So if you want to see it, check it out, possibly even purchase it. Come to the exhibition and have a little chat with Steve. He's going to be there. The ants are going to be there. It's going to be awesome. We want them gone, really. So bring your wallets or whatever. Bring a van to take them home. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. What a great exhibit to show off the size of that colony. It's going to be really cool. I don't know if you've got any pictures that you can. Oh, I should have thought of that first, shouldn't I? And then I could have pinged them up on here. But yeah, really, if send me some pictures and I'll post them on Facebook or something at some point, because that's just one of the exhibits, and that's going to be really cool. I'll let you answer these questions for a minute, Steve. Mark, do I own ants from all continents? Probably not all continents. I think I've got American ants. Yeah, I've got American ants. I've got Asian ants, obviously. British ants, European. I've got them from most sort of regions. But I wouldn't say every. But that's not because of on purpose. That's just the way it is, if you know what I mean. Tarantulas are great for bioactive tanks. I had a large ivy Jericho and air plants fog machine on a timer, and that's very cool. See, again at the exhibition, we've got someone, Leon Underwood, who is going to be doing a bioactive build demonstration. So you never know what might end up in that at the end of it. I might buy a tarantula. Mantis NI is going to be there. He might have a big range of tarantulas that I might take one home, and you never know. You never know. There's, like I say, there's going to be so much stuff at this exhibition. You never know what you're going to be taking home, I suppose. As long as I take home the wife, then everything else is a bonus. No, it's going to be brilliant. The exhibition, can't wait. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. £15, or you can just message me. I'll send you through a discount code. If you buy something off the website, you get a discount code. Discount's £5, so it brings your ticket just down to £10. Oh, there's ice cream. The ice cream vans agreed to turn up as well, which is going to be awesome. And I'm going to tell you that they've agreed to donate 10% of all their profits towards the exhibition. Now, obviously, once the exhibition's done, apart from a few expenses, there's going to be like nothing else to pay for. So that will go towards the next exhibition. So the next exhibition is like, it's already started. I've already started planning the next one. I think I might actually ask a couple of my awesome fans if you want to get involved in helping me organizing it and that sort of thing. Like, send me a little message, because this one I've literally done all on my own. I've had a little bit of help here and there, but pretty much just done it on my own. And it's been quite a lot of work, and obviously I do other stuff as well. So if other people want to get involved for the next one, which is going to be even bigger, because obviously we want to be the biggest ever. Essex no, it's not in Wales, it's in Bristol. Dan. The Wales one was AntCon. This is the Great Ant Exhibition. It's like absolutely huge. It's going to be the biggest ant event ever in the world. Next year is going to be even bigger. I am planning one up north I'm not sure the area up north yet. There's going to be a smaller one up north next year, and then we're back down here for summer next year again for an even bigger event than this one. It's going to be huge, mainly because I'm getting everyone in on it now and telling them about it now before I even book a date or anything. So yeah, like that's going to be happening 2023 or whatever it is. Like I say, if you want to get involved in being on the committee, then just send me a message and we can probably have a talk. There is limited spaces, and I'm only going to be accepting people with which are going to be serious, basically, because I work hard at a very fast work rate, and if you can't keep up, then you're going to be left behind. Why don't those ants start moving that road? I'd have thought in their natural. Yeah, to be honest, they normally do. I expect it's because of the size or the fact that it's still twitching. I'm not sure, to be honest. No, Katrina, you keep going. It's absolutely awesome and appreciated. Yeah, they would normally move it straight away. Now, if I chuck in a waxworm, which I can do for you, they'll pretty much drag it straight off within a minute. Let's do that. You give it a minute or so, they'll subdue it if it doesn't get away, and they'll drag it off. Because that is their natural instincts. Not all ants do that. Some ants will like swarm and devour it there and then, but they would naturally drag their prey back to their pit, and you'd never see it again. There it goes. Didn't take long, did it? Yeah, but I'm guessing the roach, because of the size of it and it was still kicking up a bit of a fuss, they've decided to sort of devour it here. Again, I want to say a massive welcome to everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and to anyone listening in the future on Spotify. I am currently in the process of uploading the entire of Series 2. Then we're pretty much at the end of Series 3, so I'm going to upload the whole of Series 3 up to Spotify. So there's going to be tons more episodes on Spotify for you to listen to. We're moving into Season 4 very soon. I can't exactly remember when, but like an episode or two away, very, very soon. Got to keep the numbers manageable, we could say. Now, I'm going to go back and answer another one of these questions that I've been sent. What pets have I owned in the past? Loads. So I have owned rabbits, birds, scorpions, dogs, cats, rats, hamsters, stick insects. I've still got stick insects. Are we counting the ones that I've got now? I'm not sure, but I've got loads. I've had loads. Over the years, I've had most things at some point. I mean, I've even had a turtle, technically. Well, I've lived in a place with a turtle. It wasn't my turtle. But yeah, I've had loads of different pets, and probably my favorite out of them all would have to be my dog. He was my best friend, as you all know, because I talk about him quite often. Playing Sims in the background. Yeah, okay. I had to kick my daughter off Sims so I could get the computer for this stream. bless them. It is something. In fact, I've been asked quite a lot, do I game? Now I do, but not very often. Not as often as I would like to, being a man, you know. Quite happy to sit there all day, every day. But I do like to play games occasionally. You might, in fact, see me on Battlefield occasionally if you ever play on the online servers. You probably won't recognise me because my name isn't Ants on a Rock. Which I probably might change at some point and see if anyone recognises me. But yeah, I play Battlefield 1, Battlefield World War 2 1. I like those ones, and I like a few other games. But I don't really have time, you know. I'm so busy all the time between the streams and videos and work. And hey, Karen, thanks for signing in. Between everything I do, I am quite busy, so gaming's not a massive priority, you know. Although it is always nice to sit down and not think about work for just a little bit. Will Sim chat another day on Messenger? Oh, for fuck's sake, Tom, mesh me your ID. Oh, ID. I'm very confused. Oh, okay, yeah, I get, yeah, right. So I don't even know how to find my like user ID, but I'll do that for you. Like, send me a message to remind me, because you know what I'm like. The minute this stream turns off, my brain just goes on to the next thing. Normally onto work. You know how my brain works. It's like ding, 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 and that was like a million ideas just going through. So another question I get asked quite a lot actually is, do I have other hobbies? We could say gaming, but I don't count that, because if you say, I don't know. But another hobby of mine is obviously weightlifting. I lift a lot of weights, not so much over the last few months because I've been seriously unwell, haven't I? Everyone that's known, I've had this awful chest infection for 4 months now, is it? It must be coming on 4 months. I'm getting over it. I can talk. That's the main thing. So training kind of took a hit, but I compete in boxing, triathlon, and strongman. So that's like one of my main other things in life. I am the only person with my health conditions that does compete in these disciplines, which again is a massive part of my life, is spreading awareness of my health conditions that I've got, things like that. But no, I don't really have many hobbies. I work. I enjoy working. In fact, I turn my hobbies into work. So like lifting weights and stuff, I became a sponsored athlete. Looking after ants. Now I have an ant business and a chat show, and I'm putting on this huge event, and so on and so forth. You know, so I enjoy a lot of things, but I turn them into work, to be honest. But I enjoy working hard. I enjoy being active, and I enjoy being passionate about things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm sure Sims and Minecraft is why I like Wakushi setups. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. See, I haven't played a lot of Minecraft. My daughter likes Minecraft. Well, all my daughters like Minecraft. But they'd probably rather watch someone else playing it than play it themselves, which I can't work that out. Like, I'll watch a little bit of gameplay footage if I'm stuck on something and I can't work out, like, I think it was Fallout 4, I was stuck on something in Far Harbor. Couldn't work out where the hell I was going to go. So I had to YouTube it. You know what I mean? And I came across this YouTuber called Oxhorn. There's a lot of controversy about him, but I find him hilarious. And his videos are really good. Like, probably the best Fallout videos that there are. But anyways, I had to, you have to occasionally... What are we on about? I've completely gone off topic and lost track of what I am talking about. That's not an issue. We do that occasionally. Who fancies a duck race? whilst I've like lost myself in the moment, I'll gather my bearings during a duck race. Now, for those of you who are new here, because we have got quite a few new viewers, this is just for fun. There's no prizes involved at this point in time. We are currently seeking further sponsors to help with the prizes. We do have 12 people in the chat at the minute over all the different platforms, so I will try and coordinate this the best that I can. All you got to do is call out a number. Katrina, you're number 7. That's as easy as it is. She's messaged number 7. She's got number 7. So there's going to be, I'm going to put 12 ducks in because there's 11 people in the chat. You never know, we might get another. It's a 2-minute duck race, right? Now just call out your numbers. We got Mark at number 3, Katrina at number 7. And then we will, Dan, there's only 12. I'm afraid you can't be number 13, buddy. Karen is number 8. 8 legs is 5. Steve is 2. Carly, you're going to have to choose another one, I'm afraid. It goes fast. You've got to be fast on the mark. Like, fitting. I don't know. Right, let's have a little look at our ducks whilst we're letting the lineup. We got Sherlock Holmes ducks, Superman duck, Plain Duck, Dr. Duck. Well, that's Surgeon Duck. Don't get him confused with Dr. Duck. He does not like that. Plain Duck, Dinosaur Costume Duck, Red Heart Duck, Purple Line Duck, the Unicorn Duck. Unicorn Duck is one of our favorites here on the channel. Doesn't necessarily do better than any of the other ducks, but we always recognize Unicorn Duck. You've got Professor Duck there. He's been doing the maths to try and win for months, but he doesn't come up any better than anyone else. We got Plain Duck in number 12. So without further ado, let's get this ducks down the river. That's probably the fastest that it's ever gone. It normally starts to lag about this time. I think the duck races just about tip it over the edge normally, but that is smashing. Again, this is not for any prizes, just for fun. We'll have another one just for fun later on as well. Yeah, right. So all my new viewers, thank you so much for joining. You're all absolutely amazing. Right, so we do these duck races like 2-3 times every stream. You got to be quick because everyone's kind of got their favorite numbers that they like to pick. You just got to be on that super fast. But it's all good fun, eh? It's all good fun. Doesn't matter if you don't get your favorite number. Numbers come and go, just like ducks on a river. But anyways, back to where we are. We got Red Heart Duck out in front, closely followed by Plain Duck number 5. We got Purple Striped Duck coming up on the outside. Plain Duck number 5 closing the distance, just being taken over by number 9 now. All the other ducks are starting to drop back. Number 5 holding position, just taking first place as number 9 starts to slow down. They're coming up to the final stretch now. Last 25 seconds. They're all preparing for that final sprint. Here we go. Last 10 seconds. This is where they make or break. Here we go. And it looks like it is Sherlock Holmes duck in number 1. Well done, Charlie. Charlie? I think it's Carly. If I'm saying it wrong, I thoroughly apologize. I apologize to anyone I get your name wrong. I'm awful with it. If you meet me at the exhibition, you're more than welcome to give me a slap. Just tell me it's because I got your name wrong, because otherwise I'm going to be very confused. Well, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right. So what's everyone in the UK been doing for the Jubilee? Anyone that's not in the UK, don't know if you know, but it's been the Jubilee. The Queen's been in power a hell of a long time, and we're all sort of celebrating over here. So tell me what you've been up to. I went over to a youth club where they were having like a Jubilee party. The kids had lots of fun. I had 2 burgers, loads of sandwiches, some fruit. Yeah, it was good. 2 burgers, like that's worth going. Pretty much got my burgers and came home though. I don't like I can't be dealing with kids running around in my feet when I'm trying to eat my burgers. You know what it's like. That was like my sub count goes up and then crashes to the ground. 8 legs, I know that I do. I tend to lose more subscribers than I ever get. Any of you new viewers, feel free to head on over to my YouTube channel, give it a little subscribe. That'd be amazing. We are working really hard to get towards 1,000 subscribers. I've got some really cool videos in the works as well. But yeah, my subscriber count just drops and drops and drops. I don't know why. I'm guessing people get bored of me. I don't know, but like I gain them and then they disappear. I don't know. Maybe it's YouTube. It's just the way it is. I enjoy what I do. It's not all about subscribers, but I would love to share what I do with more people. Stick a bit of sugar in. I'd like to see how many will prefer it over the roach. No, I'm not going to do that at the minute. Mainly, I don't know. I don't like messing with them too much. Something like Lacey's Niger or something like that, I might do it with. But I don't. I just don't want to mess with my more sensitive colonies, if you know what I mean. Good evening, Crazy Antics. Sorry, Mark, to disappoint. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable. It's the foreign project product sort of thing. You don't know what chemicals or I know. It's just I love this colony too much, and they're just too sensitive. If I was to do something stupid like that and it would cause devastation, I'd be a broken man. Went to my allotment, buried Charlie with potatoes. I gave loads around my giveaway, and then of course those don't win that leave. Yeah, that's very true. 8 legs. I did notice that as well. Always happens. In fact, I have 2, I think it is 2 or 3 names that every time I do a giveaway, they resubscribe. And they pop up again and then they disappear as soon as the giveaway's over and they haven't won. It's quite amusing. But I'm guessing if they're hearing I got a giveaway, then they're still watching. I don't know. Now, I have a mantis, really cool mantis that all of you might know by now. I put out a little post on the Facebook group, the Ants in the Rock community Facebook group, just asking for some suggestions of names. Sadly, I have to leave for the night. See you later, 8 legs. Thanks for popping in, buddy. You're an absolute star. So names for the mantis. I asked for a few names and I was given a few names. Now I'm going to allow you lovely, awesome people to help me decide on the final judgment. We have the amazing name of Bob the Mantis. We have the amazing name of Manny the Mantis. Or we have the amazing name of Pickle the Mantis. So out of those 3, just put it in the comments what you prefer. I'll have a little count up. We got Bob, Manny, or Pickle. I think they're pretty cool names. Bob came up several times, so it had to be in there. I'm not going to say my favorite out of the 3. I'd love to know your opinion. You lovely, awesome people. None. Thanks, Katrina. That's helpful. I think it's going to be a fight over this. Oh, it's just gone dark. Give it about a minute, maybe 2, and it will turn red. And we'll be able to see again. Any second. So far we've got 1 entry for Bob, 2 entries for Pickle. I will be looking to get like a plaque made up to put above the enclosure, even though it will die in like less than a year, but I don't know. Dawson, small giveaways or entry leading to winner. Ah. Well, there should be a red light. Just go check it. Oh, yeah. Right, we're just going to do it because I hate waiting. There we go. Now we have red light. I hate waiting. There shouldn't ever be that like that gap. There should be an overlap, if anything, but it's probably overlapping another way because it's on 12-hour timer. So it's probably like overlapped 5 minutes the other direction, which is annoying. But there's one of them things. So I feel guilty for picking Pickle. It's a living creature, for fuck's sake. Yeah, all right. We're not actually going to pickle it though. Oh dear. I quite like Pickle. Now, if I'm 100% honest, my mum used to call me Pickle. She also used to call me Sweet Pea, but we won't go into that. Manny McMantis face. Manny, yeah, all right. 2 votes for Manny. I think we're going to go with Manny. Manny the Mantis sounds cool. I like Manny the Mantis. So if verdict, yeah, we're going to, I need a gavel thing. Oh, I just hit my desk. Don't hit your desk pretending it's, but you get the point. Decision's made. It's Manny the Mantis. Boosh. Awesome. I fed it earlier. Very cool. Very happy in its enclosure, doing all its things. In fact, I held it for a brief minute. Tried to let it wander onto my daughter's hand, and it went off one of my hands, straight on hers, and off onto my other hand. Oh, typical. But she had it run over her hand. That's a start, isn't it? She's not scared. She's held more things than I have. For all of you that do not know the Amazing Amy is my amazing daughter. She has her own YouTube channel. She doesn't upload a lot, but when she does, it's hilarious normally. And she's a great ant enthusiast, and just an amazing person. He'll never play for West Ham with a name like that. I don't, yeah, all right, I don't know. Steve, I don't know what you missed because we've just been chatting randomness. We've just named my mantis Manny. I can't remember what we were talking about apart from that. All sorts of stuff. Yeah, lots of stuff. Who's been watching? Hang on. My is adult now, and my kids love my mantises. They held them all earlier. See, that's what I want. Like the kids to love it and interact with it. My eldest does not care for insects, or doesn't. That's the wrong word. She has no interest in them, whereas my middle one loves it, and my youngest will probably eat it. So, whole range of emotions going on in this house. Did you see Ryan is coming? I don't think Antscapes will be there. The invitation is out to him, but I haven't spoken to Ryan from Antscapes in quite a long time. We are having an awesome bioactive demonstration by Leon Underwood. If you don't know Leon, his bioactive builds are something else. Like, they're amazing. So I can't wait. It's going to be amazing to see what he has come up with for the show. And obviously, we're going to have some amazing guest speakers. We have the lead lecturer, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Nathalie, I can't pronounce it, but we have several amazing guest speakers. But I'm super excited about this. She's the head lecturer of Bristol University, the bioscience department, and she specializes in ants. You should check out the sorts of things she's doing. She's really intelligent and knows a lot about ants. How many stores have we got, Steve? The stores are still going up. So it's at the moment we've got 6, I think it is, that are definitely 100% confirmed. And we're waiting for confirmation from something like another 10. But I've got spaces available still, put it that way. But we've got fillers if we need them as well. I've got backups, but I've left these. What's the best way? Basically, some of the people I've contacted, some of the large ant stores that we all want to see there, their schedules, work schedules, won't be released until later this month, or possibly even July. So we're leaving their spaces still available and open for them, but I do have a backup to fill that space if they're unavailable, if that makes sense. But they are really hopeful. Several big ant shops are very hopeful that they're going to be able to attend. And if they can't personally attend, they might send some representation, we could say. But we can talk about this forever, to be honest. Get Ant Store over here. See, I have talked to Ant Store, and they are not going to be attending this event, but they were looking to support it in some way or another because it's such a big thing for the hobby. And there is possible talks of them attending next year. Now, we are going to be interviewing Ant Store as well on this chat show sometime soon. They are incredibly busy being such a big store. So it's quite hard to sort of pin them down with a time and date, but we've been in contact now for the last 3 or 4 months trying to work out a good date for them. So they will be coming on the show. At that, we can definitely talk to them about next year's event and try and convince them to attend. But yeah, invitations went out to loads of different ant stores, and obviously, I say most people are just waiting for their work schedules and stuff to see if they can attend. We have obviously got Ants R Us, we've got Mantis NI, and a few others. My stall is going to be packed with all sorts of stuff. We got the raffle from Best Ants UK that's being provided. I think he's giving 3 different prizes for that, so that's pretty cool. There's going to be lots of free gifts and giveaways and stuff like that, and exhibitions or exhibits, we could say. Exhibits and vendors and food and lectures, and then I'm calling it the nucleus because it's going to be where the bioactive demonstrations going to be. It's going to be where I'm holding a chat show event like this. So I'm going to go out and talk to people in the crowd, the 5-minute interview, find out who you are, what you're into, that sort of thing. We're going to be doing all of that over in an area called the nucleus. Now, I did put a rough map on the website a while back, but scrub that map because it's completely outdated now. But there's loads of stuff going on. Steve, feel free to send her a message and convince her to come back. There was Tracy, the ant lady, was one of the main big ant stores that was coming originally. She has had to pull out for personal reasons. Feel free to message her, and in fact, everyone just message everyone and convince them to come. That's the best way to do it, isn't it? But yeah, Ant Lady was going to be one of the big ones attending, but she's had to pull out for personal reasons. I am trying to convince her to come back, but if there's a good reason for it, then you know what I mean. To be honest, I'm super excited about Answer Us going to be there. He's got so much going on right now, and he's such a great guy to work with. I can't wait to actually meet him. Thank him for all his support, but see what he's got to offer on his stall as well. He never does things by halves, you know. Chris is phenomenal, and I'm expecting it's going to look really, like, even the stall will look cool, you know. I can't wait. No, Steve, no one on the show tonight, I'm afraid. We have Crawl Space coming on. What day is it? Sunday, on Wednesday. Is that right? I'm pretty sure that's right. I can double check. Crawl Space, really interesting. They've got, I'm not going to go into it, to be honest. You're going to have to wait until the next show. Yeah, Wednesday is Crawl Space, Season 3, Episode 20. And then, wow, Sunday, Season 4, Episode 1. That's going to be a really good one. The Show Me Reptile show. All the way over in the States, they're going to be gracing us with their presence, which is going to be really cool. Yeah, there you go. It's Steve and Katrina. Like, you know how amazing Chris is. It's going to be a great event, just meeting everyone, seeing everyone hanging out for the day, doing lots of ant-based, awesome, fun things. It's going to be great fun, you know. It's going to be great. But if anyone wants a poster or anything to put up, or wants to post about it, feel free. Obviously, if you haven't grabbed your ticket, do just send me a message and I'll send you a discount code for £5 off. So you can just get your tickets for £10. Obviously, grab your tickets. The sooner the better. I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, grab your tickets. It's going to be a great event. And from what I can see, it's going to be the biggest event, ant-based event in the world ever. Ever. Square footage-wise, definitely. Definitely. I'm just bringing something up on the computer. Hang on. Here we go. The Ant Etymology Lab. Now I'll go share this for 5 seconds. Talk about what ants I've got for sale at the moment. I can talk about that. I've got quite a few. I've got Ants UK. You shouldn't be banned. I remember what happened. I banned you by accident, Ants UK, by like. Can everyone remember that? Please back me up. It was like someone was doing spam, and then I went to block them, and I accidentally blocked you, and I was instantly devastated. I was like, oh no. And I tried to like send you messages and stuff. I don't know, but no, you're not banned. I'm so sorry that you were, buddy. It was trying to get rid of spam, trying to interview or whatever I was doing at the time, and it just went wrong. Oh dear. Ants that I've got for sale. I've got loads. I've got Mesobarbarus, great colonies of Mesobarbarus, Mesomina, some Camponotus, Formica, Ruthobarbarus, and Singular. I can't pronounce it. they're both really great species. Actually, they're doing really active for their size, even though they're only like 10 workers or whatnot. Really active. You kept tuning in and chatting, and no one ever replied. That's really weird. So you can still watch, but like we can't know that you're here. That's really weird. Oh, very weird. We're glad to have you back, Ants UK. We're glad to have you back. What was I talking about? Brain's gone again. What head? I shouldn't say. They're dark heads. Blackhead. Yeah, they're the blackhead mess barbarous. What else have we got? I can't even remember now. Loads of Lacius, obviously. Lacius Niger, Lacius Flavus. I can't remember. There's quite a lot on the store. And obviously we do have Tom Lowe as our exotic ant supplier. He has his own colonies that he is looking after, that he sells to the standard that I would sell them, looks after them to that standard and sells them via my website. So there's quite a range on there, and it's obviously always growing. The nests are growing. Everything on the shop side's growing. Everything on the website's growing. The website in general is growing. I just keep adding more and more and more and putting like more stuff on. Why not? I'm having fun with it. Making it what I want it to be. You need a Lacius Niger, Steve. Well, Steve, give me a message, buddy. I'm sure we could sort that out for you at like, yeah, we'll sort that out. Oh, now this was what I was going to bring up. Has anyone seen this? I want to have a read. I haven't read it properly yet, so I'm going to have a quick read here. Fully funded 4-year PhD studentship available for international students. When we get green weavers, yeah, now it has been talked about. Yeah, one PhD. Has anyone got a PhD? An entomology lab will be relocated to the School of Biological Sciences at Bristol University. Disease risk and immune strategies in social insects. So it's going to be really interesting, the sorts of stuff that we're going to find out. Oh, look, that's the Queen. And that, okay. So they, okay. The care for green weaver ants is actually quite, not really hard, but they can be quite sensitive. Because they are boreal, looking after them can be a bit difficult. They're not like the polydives. Polyrhacus dives like being at low down, whereas the green ones, they prefer being higher up. So it makes it slightly difficult. And yeah, it's just a sort of enclosure that you need for them, which kind of holds it up a bit. But generally, they're not too hard. Same as most, but they treat well inside tools. Yeah, that's it. Did anyone see the EA and AH videos today? I actually haven't had a chance to watch them yet because of all this Jubilee stuff, taking the kids out and stuff. I've not had a chance to sit down and watch the videos yet, but I have seen that they are out. You just think, no, my dive tank would have been perfect for them. Yeah, see something like the big Exoterra, stuff like that is okay, but again, they really like to be high up. I think they always look to go higher up, you know what I mean? Now, shall we think about having another duck race? Because we are heading towards the end of the stream. Because you know what it's like when it's just me. I mean, I could chat for England, but I need to have things to chat about. Yeah, Steve, if you had the massive Exoterra, that sort of thing would be perfect. That's a good question. Do my dives fall a lot? No, not often. They're really good climbers actually. Um, Occasionally I see one fall into the pond, but then they can swim as well. But no, they're not really clumsy. The Asian bullet ants that you're looking at, they fall all the time. They can't climb. Well, they can, but really badly. And then they stumble over each other, and yeah. But the poly dives generally really good. So we've currently got 5 people in chat. So I'll put 6 ducks in just to be on the safe side. So if you want to shout or type your numbers, feel free. Yeah, I think everyone needs a bigger space, especially when it comes to keeping their ants and pets and mantises and scorpions and tarantulas and everything else that we keep. We all need a bigger space. Right, so in number 1, we have Punk Duck. What a haircut. Awesome. We have number 2, we have Pink Heart Duck. We've got Wizard Duck, Yellow Spotty Duck, Strawberry Hat Duck, and Pink Duck. Now, my bet is probably on the Pink Duck. I don't think we've seen Pink Duck for a very, very long time. It's very well vested. It's not going to make a difference. Without further ado, let's get this race underway. Yeah, Steve, I'm going to be doing the same. I've been saying that for about a year now, but I will be moving when I find somewhere big enough. And Wizard Duck is coming out in front, number 3. Wizards on a broomstick. Yeah, that does kind of. If it's the Nimbus whatever 2000, oh, Harry Potter would be turning in his turnstile. Come on, number 1. Come on, number 6. Come on, all you ducks. Rock along that river. I don't know what I'm talking. Sometimes, I've always said it, someone's got to be there to say, shut up, Tom. You're talking rubbish. Yeah, Ants UK, we've actually done loads of talking about the exhibition. We've there's going to be ice cream. Not any new confirmed stores really, no. There's going to be ice cream. That's confirmed. The bioactive build, I've announced number 5, there we go. I have announced who's going to be doing the bioactive build. It's going to be Leon Underwood. It's absolutely amazing. His bioactive builds are phenomenal, to be honest, like second to none. So yeah, that's going to be cool. And we've got several new exhibits booked in, which is going to be really cool. And we're waiting for some emails back from some of the large ant stores, but we won't hear back from them until either the middle of this month or the middle of next month. I can't remember exactly which one they said, but they're leaving it pretty much to the last minute because of certain reasons, whatever. But yeah, lots of people still eager to come. They're just mainly waiting on their work schedules and stuff. What else did I announce? Can't remember. Oh, we announced about 2023. It won't be the Great Ant Exhibition. It will just be Ant Exhibition 2023. I will be taking on a few people as a committee to help me plan the next one because it's going to be an even bigger event. We've all the like ice cream. This is really random, but all the ice cream, the 10% of the profits of the ice cream sales is going towards the next event, things like that. So it's really interesting the way it's working out already. Obviously, we're planning 2 events next year, a smaller one in the north and a massive one in the south. It's going to be great fun. It's going to be great to see how things keep moving, if you know what I mean. Will all the future expos be at Bristol? Probably not. I went with Bristol because I've got a little bit of knowledge of the area. I know the venue, things like that. It's just kind of worked that way. Thank you, Katrina. Give me a message, of course. Hang on, I'm getting there. Thanks. So I'm just reading through all your comments. Ants UK, I'm not announcing anything yet. I'm just saying Ants Are Us and myself are going to be there for now, but I'm not announcing too much about the stores, to be honest. I'm trying to keep it away from just being worried about the stores, because the stores is like the least of it for me, if you know what I mean. I want to make the great exhibition. I want to have really cool exhibits and lectures and things like that. It's not all about a trade show, if you know what I mean. I'm not too worried about the trade part of it, but there will be some great vendors there, obviously. I am trying to convince Ant Lady to come back, obviously, after she pulled out as well, but no promises on that. Yeah, that's fair enough. I did add to mine too. Some messes got mine and had a killing spree. I have completely lost track of half of that conversation, I think, Steve. It happens. Ants HQ is one of the ones we've spoken to, and we're waiting for a later date to confirm, sort of thing. The problem with a lot of the Ant stores is they have other jobs, so they need to like wait for their work schedules and stuff like that. But Ants UK, there will be plenty of Ant gear there. I mean, lots of the stores that aren't going to be attending are going to be sending some form of representation, whether it be like a small range of their products sold on a stall that I arrange, or whether they send someone sort of in their place with a small range of products. They've all expressed a desire to be involved, but a lot of it depends on schedules and things like that at the moment. Like it's really been like amazing how accepting how supportive everyone's been, if you know what I mean. Because I just kind of threw it at them, was like, this is the date, can you make it? And obviously some people can't make it, but they all kind of really wanted to be involved with the process of it. So if you want lots of ant gear and stuff, definitely save it till we get there, because it's going to be cheap there. There's going to be free gifts. There's going to be, so I just try not to cough. There's going to be what is the word? Exclusive products that are only sold there. Loads of different ants. I know Ants R Us has a great lineup, whatever, a great selection that he's going to be taking. It'd be good to see a demonstration of making an acetate brick nest. That would be really interesting. I'm going to write that down for next year. Yeah, no, things like that. I really enjoy that side of it as well, like the learning side. How cheap? What? How cheap are the tickets? The tickets, how cheap are the enclosures and stuff? Everything's going to be slightly cheap, I suppose. Is there going to be a certain discount at the event? I'm not 100% sure. But I would like to, put it this way: if the event sells out, then all the money that gets made from it is going into making all of the products cheaper. So say I have £2,000, I'm going to give that £2,000 to the whole load of stores and say, bring your prices down, if that makes sense. Or something along those lines, yes. Right, it's a completely non-profit event, so every penny that gets spent on tickets gets pumped straight back into giving you free stuff or more discounts. Like, that's as much as it is. Ant Boy is not going this year. It's his birthday. It was already pre-planned, so he will not be going, I'm afraid. Steve, thank you very much for that. And yeah, Ants UK, I did try, but you know what it's like. He really wanted to be part of it, and we've talked loads about it, but he's got pre-planned things with his family, and it's his birthday, and you know, it's completely understandable. I think next year it's going to be closer to the middle of August rather than the end of August. It's probably going to be bang on my birthday. My birthday's the 16th of August. For anyone wanting to buy me a card, no, I'm joking. No, don't buy me anything, please don't. But if you want to say happy birthday when we're at the exhibition, you're more than welcome. But yeah, my birthday's on the 16th, so we'll probably look around that date. Ants Davey is the same again. Put it this way, anyone that I'm not mentioning, I've either already arranged it and they don't want the publicity until closer to the date, or I'm waiting on the emails back when they get their scheduling. Carly, Charlie, I think it's Carly, isn't it? Is it Carly? Carly Davison, thank you so much for joining. I do this every Wednesday and every Sunday. Normally we try and get on a guest to interview for the first hour, and then you get me chatting like this for an hour or two afterwards. Usually takes you up to about 11 o'clock or midnight. It's good fun. Yeah, I like being here. I like chatting to you all, and really, you're all a bunch of legends for being there. I'm just going to have a quick cough. 1 second. No, there's definitely more than that, Ants UK. More than just Ants HQ. There's definitely a couple more. big ones that I'm in. There's loads of little ones, and they're all welcome to come along as well. But there's a couple more big ones. No, there's a few more in the UK. There's like Ants HQ. I can't think now either, but there's a few more. In fact, there's loads of ants in the UK, ant shops in the UK. I think when we did the survey, it went up to like 20 something. I can't remember, but there's so many ant shops in the UK. I'm just checking over my list of subjects to talk about. I think I've just about covered everything. Yeah, I think I've just about covered everything. I was going to talk to you about Star Wars and the Obi-Wan series, but I don't think we're going to go into that. We'll save that for next week. Yeah, we'll save it for next week when another episode's out. So I'm going to start closing this stream. Obviously, as I said earlier, we have Crawl Space joining us for our next stream on Wednesday. Crawl Space, I think they're going to surprise you. It's going to be a great interview, a great stream, and I know they're super excited to come on as well. And then next week, this time next week, Sunday, we have the Show Me Reptile Show all the way from the States. That's going to be phenomenal. They're doing amazing work over there. Check them out on Facebook. Have a little look at what they're doing. It's going to be great talking to them. And that's next Sunday. So I am going to say a massive thank you to everyone watching and joining. Being amazing. Yeah, pretty much, Ants UK at the moment. But yeah, right. So you're all amazing for joining, giving me your questions, comments, just being amazing and joining every. There's loads more than that, Ants UK. Loads more. And yeah, you're all amazing. Thank you so much. I'm going to say a massive thank you to my Patreon supporters as well. We have Jason, Katrina, and Stacey currently. You're all absolutely amazing for supporting me through Patreon. And a massive thanks to Answer Us for supporting the streams as well. If you can't find what you want with me, go check out Answer Us. He is my top recommended seller, definitely, at the moment, and he's got some phenomenal stuff coming out as well, so keep your eyes on Answer Us. Pretty sure I've covered everything. There's always something that I mean to say, and I get upstairs, I'm like, damn. But if you want me for anything, send me a message. You know where I am. I'll be available till probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. That is like 3.5 hours, 4 hours. I don't know. I'll be about for quite a while. You know where to find me. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Twitter, TikTok, pretty much everywhere. And then obviously the website as well. So I'm going to leave it there. Love you all. Absolutely amazing people. So as always for me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans. Thank you very much. Good night.